Hello guys, this is Jochen, welcome to my channel. Today we have a little unboxing video, something that I really did not do in the past year. Today we have another camera to unbox and it's of course the Fujifilm X-E4. Maybe you saw my announcement video, if not, maybe have a look at this first. Yeah, it's almost a year ago since I unboxed the X100V and somehow these two cameras are also connected, but more on that later. As Fujifilm did not send me an X-E4 for testing, I bought it with my own money now in my local camera store. And I bought it as a kit together with the XF 27mm f2.8 RWR, so the Mark II of the 27mm option. Also more on that later. The price for the kit is great. It's 1,049 euros. If you separate the prices, if you buy the camera body and the WR version of the 27mm lens, you will pay 300 bucks more, so the kit is really interesting. If you wonder why I bought the X-E4, if you saw my announcement video, you realized that I was a big fan of the Xe3, the predecessor, but I really missed the tilting screen, so I sold it 2 years ago, I guess. The Xe4, I have my concerns about it because of the missing dials and buttons. After seeing a lot of reviews with different opinions about that, I really wanted to test it myself. And I wanted to see if maybe the Xe4 can replace my X100V or if it's an addition. I don't think so. It still is an interesting option, but I don't know if I will keep it. Regarding the lens, I had the predecessor twice. I sold it twice because of the missing aperture ring and the missing WR. Now that this is away, it really is an interesting option. But enough talking, let's have a look. If you wonder about the missing seal, I bought the camera, as I said, in my local camera store, and of course they check everything before they give you a call to pick it up at their store. So they unboxed it already, but I swear it's my first time to have it in my hand. Let's go. Let's open this thing. By the way, it's quite a little box in comparison to other kits that I bought from Fujifilm. So what do we have here? This is the usual Fujifilm camera strap. As you know, I love to use the C-rope straps, so this goes away already. Okay, this is a little German version of the manual, and I think an international version of the manual also. And here is a little adapter for the USB-C to headphone. Okay, some more paper, Capture One, etc. Fujifilm Connect card, stuff like that. Okay, now it's getting serious. Let's have a look at it. USB-C cable, of course. As I already know, there will be no charging unit except for this cable in the box. Of course, the battery. I already have one charged, of course, to try out the camera directly. Yeah, what do you want to see first? The lens or the camera? I will start with the lens. And this seems to be still sealed or at least taped somehow. I almost forgot how tiny this is. It's really tiny. This is really so tiny. That's so cool. Have a look at this. And it has an aperture ring now. I really love it. I love it. I already loved this lens, but as I told you, I had to sell it because of the missing ring. If I love something about the Fujifilm system, it's the real haptical feeling, and the aperture ring is really a critical part of that. I really love the little cap here. I will lose it, I know, I lost it with the other two. So, let's get to the camera. Before I do this, I will have a look if there's something else in the box. No, there isn't. So I can put it away so that you can see the camera a little better. Okay, here we go. This is for sure a beautiful camera body. It's really minimalistic, as seen in the announcement already, and I promise to test it really in the next few weeks if it maybe is a little too minimalistic. My concerns about this body are the missing rear dial, of course, and the missing focus lever at the front. This is something I'm not sure about, but this is the reason why I want to test it on my own. Let's have a look at the camera together with the 27mm. Okay, it's really a tiny camera setup. From the size factor, it will be for sure a really nice option for street photography. Everything else, we'll see. I don't feel that the grip is really something that I will care a lot if I take it like this. I don't miss much. Of course, I will probably put a thumb rest here, but I already did this on my X100V that has some kind of grip. Yeah, let's compare these two next to each other. The Xe4, the X100V, they look like siblings, and as you can see here, the Xe4 is even a little smaller. And of course, if you have a look here, it's the same with the lens. Something that was said a lot, that the Xe4 is kind of an X100V with interchangeable lenses. I don't think it is like this. We will have a look at the features and compare these cameras for sure. Let's have a look at the connections. We have this usual microphone remote jack, we have USB-C, and we have the annoying micro HDMI. That's it. That's everything that is on this camera. We have the Q button on top, we have the exposure compensation dial here on top, we have one function button here, we have the shutter speed dial, of course, and with the additional P mode to override everything you set to manual, and that's it. On the back we have the disc back button, the menu OK button, and the joystick. I'm not sure about the position of this joystick, if I like it. No rear dial, AEL, AFL, exposure lock, focus lock, play, and the drive delete button. This little wheel is for the dioptrin. I hope it's the same word in English. Yeah, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I wanted to show you the screen, of course. Not only tilting, as I always wanted it for a successor of the Xe3. So this is my preferred screen setup, and it's also somehow flippable to the front. It's not that easy because the construction behind it is really a little complicated. I think I loved it more on the X70, but the X70 was a tinier camera, of course. This is not bad at all. It's nice to have the option for selfies. Looks great. I'm really looking forward testing this setup. My first impression is the X100V has a lot more features to give to me than the Xe4, but as I promised you, I will tell you in a couple of weeks when I will do a side-by-side comparison of these two options from Fujifilm. This will come up next. I will take it with me for street photography. I will let you know about the operating concept. I will make a video in comparison to the X100V. Yeah, let's see where we're getting with this beautiful camera, because it is beautiful. If you don't already do this, follow my channel. Click the subscribe button so that you don't miss my test about this camera. Yeah, see you guys soon. Have a good time. Take care of yourself. Ciao.